Great to have you here today. And this is another session where we are going to explore the tools of statistics. Yes, in the previous videos, we discussed stuff about how data is and then try to find the data sets, data type 1, 2, and 3. We also looked at the two major groups of data, discrete data and continuous data, and we explore all that. And we made something, we found out something that we have been doing data type 3 since JHS by doing the stem and leaf plot, which we took our time to do in the previous video. Now, enough of all that, we need to actually understand the tools that we are talking about, because we say for the data types, it's important to know which data type to use we are handling, so that we can use the tools of statistics to do the analysis on them. What are these tools? That's the question now. What are these tools that we've been talking about all this while? So those tools are actually something simple. We classify them into major groups for you to have an idea or an overview of what these tools are. And here you will have a major group of them. So yes, so we have the measures of central tendency. That's one group of tools, and the other group of tools is measures of dispersion. Measures of central tendency and measures of dispersion. These are the two major group of tools that we'll start with, and they are the main stuff that we are going to take to. These are the main tools that we are going to use to analyze data, the various data, because if you have data type 1, there is a way of finding the mean is different from the way of finding the mean for data type 2 and 3 and so on. That's why it's important to understand the data, and now we have to take time to also understand the tools. So the measures of central tendency, this one I focusing on values or data we found within a single value. Usually they are single values, right? So let's have it like that. They are single values that kind of tell you an idea about how close the data set is to a particular value. Either it's through the mean or through the mode or finding the median. And the measures of dispersion gives you an idea of how dispersed the data is around a particular reference point. For example, the range of values from 0 to 100 is kind of give you a dispersion of an idea, a dispersion of the data around that within that range. And then we also have the deviations. For the measures of dispersion, we have deviations. So we have the standard deviation, the mean deviation, and we have the variance, which we all explore during the course. So the measures of central tendency is the first thing that we need to actually understand, because most of the tools of central tendency, they extend to the measures of dispersion. So it's good for us to actually take time to understand the measures of central tendency. And then the 3M's, measures of central tendency, I call them the 3M's, the mean, mode, median. Mean, mode, median. So let's explore that, and let's see what they entail. Focusing on only measures of central tendency, we have these definitions set out for them. What's the mean concerned with? The mean is concerned with finding the average of the data set. Simple like that. If you have a large data set, whether in a table, whether it's 1, 2, or 3, the mean is focused on finding the average of that data, all the elements put together. What's the mean of that? The mean gives us an information about the data. It's a very important tool to use. So it's very important for statisticians to know how to find the mean of the various data types. So yeah, mean is basically finding the average of the data set that you have, either of them, any of them that you have explored so far. The mode is the other measure of central tendency, and then the mode is concerned with the data, the elements of the data, or the component of the data set that appears the most, or that has the greatest frequency, or that has the greatest count, because we say count is the frequency, right? So so the mode is in concern with the one that appears the more, or the one that repeats the more, or the one that has the greatest count. That's what the mode is concerned with. But mode, um, another way of seeing it is fashion, right? Fashion where you see these places where people go, and then people come around in different costume dresses, showing off, and then showing how nice they look, how they are. People just walk along the alley, and then they kind of, people enjoy, the audience enjoy how they look like. That's fashion thing. So tend to look, and the one that, so if your mind come to mode of a data. If you don't remember anything, you come to mode. Remember that fashion, right? The one that wants to appear the most, the one that to look the one that wants all the attention to itself, the one that's the greatest in value, like the greatest in number. They are the one that carry the mode. So mode is concerned with that. The one with the repeated count, the one with the highest frequency. Median, right? Median is not finding the average, is not finding the greatest, it's trying to locate the middle element of the data. So if you put the data in a particular order from 0 to 100, what is the value that what if you are going towards the middle of the data set, what will you find there? That's what the median is concerned with. If you have the data set, a pool of data, and then you arrange them in an order, and then you are moving from one end of the order or the arrangement to the middle, what value will you get? That's what the median is. Even the name is middle, right? Median, middle, it's not far from that. Yeah. So basically our very first focus is going to be measures of central literacy, where central literacy is going to help us master or put us into understanding the measures of dispersion, right? So mean, the three M's, the mean is just finding the average of the data set. For mode is that fashion, right? The fashion, the one that will appear the most. So yeah, the one that appear the median is the middle value. You arrange them in a particular order, and you walk until you get to the middle. So when you get to the middle, what value are you approaching? What value will you get when you get to the middle of the arranged data set? That's what the median is concerned with. Yeah. So we will take our time, right, and evaluate the mean. So we take data type 1 and tend to find, how do we find the mean of data type 1? How do we find the mean of data type 1 is different from the mean of data type 2 and data type 3. So what we'll do is that we will take each data in a subsequent video. That's what we'll be doing. We take data type 1, find the mean of data type 1, find the mode of data type 1, find the median of data type 1, find the mean of data type 1. So when we are done with data type 1, we go to data type 2, data type 3, and you'll be seeing the difference in them. And at the end of the day, we'll kind of make a video that will explain the various differences and the various way, or maybe if there's any tweak in in keeping this. And also remember that statistics is kind of dealing with a lot of data, and there's probably going to be formulae that you have to know. Some of the things you understand how they work, right? But you have to know some of the formulae. So I don't want you to see if you are achieving it, but like chewing is kind of, you are cramming the thing without knowing why that is. So what we are going to do, we are going to do our best to explain to you what goes into the formula, why this is here, why that is here, why that is there. Then at that moment, then you keep it, then you know. Now the next time that you remember it in any of your exam, now you'll not be confused because you understand which and what is placed over here. This is going to be filled of a lot of formula. Statistics is going to be filled a lot of formula, and then I encourage you to gather courage and then take your time. I need your focus so that we can actually understand what goes into there. So join me as we start the journey of data type 1, trying to find the mean, mode, median for data type 1, and then we'll get into the rest. And I hope to see you. Please like and subscribe, and then we'll continue giving you more concepts as we kind of strengthen our understanding of statistics. See you in the next video, guys.